Easy autumnal eyeshadow look using two liquid eyeshadows. I love liquid eyeshadows for a variety of reasons. First off, they are super easy. At least the eyeshadows at minutewithmary.com. They dry quickly, they don't get stuck in the crease of your lids, and they even have their own beautiful doe foot applicator, which you can see right here. So I'm taking this gorgeous kind of plummy shade right here. You can find everything at minutewithmary.com. This is the shade Decisive, and they do dry quickly. So what you're going to want to do is grab your finger or a little fluffy blending brush and blend that puppy out. The thing with autumn is that you really get to play around with such rich colors. You know, we get to play with the burgundies and the reds and the oranges and the golds and the tans. I mean, honestly, it's like the world is your oyster when you're working with autumnal colors. And I feel like in summertime, so many of us, we're just busy and we don't necessarily want to play with makeup. We're going to the beach, we're going on vacation, we're outside, we're getting a natural little extra tan. And then as fall rolls in, which happy first day of fall, by the way, I don't know, our skin might lose some of the tan. We might start to weave in some extra colors into our outfits or into our makeup. This is when we get to kind of start to play with some of those things. Some of us do end up spending a little bit more time indoors, and this is a great time, I think, to play with some eyeshadow. So right there you can see how gorgeous that one eyeshadow looked. All it needed was a fluffy blending brush. Hi Rachel, how are you? Hey Allison, thanks for tuning in. So these eyeshadows, as I said, they are my favorite. They're my absolute favorite. You can grab them on sale in a couple of different ways, so I'll tell you about how. But once again, this is the shade Decisive at Minute with Mary. I apply it all over my lower eyelid, really messy. You can use your finger to blend, or you can use just a fluffy brush, just like this one. And I'm doing little swirls, as that's going to keep the color quite saturated when it's on my lid. And then as I go further up and above my crease, I'll make more of like a windshield wiper, a rainbow shape. Swish like that. Swish and flick. Flitwick at Hogwarts would be very proud of me. When you go back and forth like this kind of rainbow shape or windshield wiper shape, it's going to actually create more of an ombre gradient kind of look with your shadow, whereas when you're doing the circles, it keeps it a bit more saturated. So I love that these liquid eyeshadows, it actually creates this multi-dimensional look. It makes it look like you're wearing 3 different eyeshadows, right? And you can even go in again with that same shade and apply it a little bit more so it's nice and deep and really create such a gorgeous look. But as it blends out, I mean, that in and of itself, hello gorgeous. So pretty, right? So what kind of colors do you like to bring into your makeup when it comes this time of year? As I said, I love to bring in the plums and the burgundies. I love to bring in more of like those rich reds and kind of coppers and colors like that. I'm taking that same little doe foot applicator and dipping it right here. So there's a couple of ways that you can try out my liquid eyeshadows at a massive sale. The first way is to get my September starter kit. In my September starter kit, you're going to get the easiest shade, like the fail-proof shade. Do I not have it in front of me right here? Because that would be I don't have it in front of me. It is the one that I wear almost every single day. It's called Reverent. It's a champagne shade. Looks great. Every single eye color, every single age. It's not as dark as this, so you can really use it, for your day-to-day, for those of you who want something more basic. Friends who have it, tell me in the comments. You love it, right? It is your absolute favorite. I'll hopefully find it for you so I can swatch it for you, but if not, I will take that for you at some point. That's going to come into my September starter kit along with 2 mascaras, an eyeliner. You get to choose a pencil or a dip and draw. You get to choose a matte lipstick, so a matte lipstick, and I'm sending in my Perfecting face mask. It's this kind of charcoal mask that adds oxygen to your skin. What's wrong with my mouth today? Helps pull out impurities. It's going to help clean out those pores. It's a really great mask. It's great for all different skin types. So you're going to get the mask, the 2 eyeliners, the 2 mascaras, honestly. You can tell I haven't had coffee today, right? An eyeliner of your choice, pencil or liquid, a lipstick of your choice. So we had mask, 2 mascaras, eyeliner, lipstick, and the liquid eyeshadow, the one I'm talking about right now. All of that for a mere $35. Usually that would be like $178 worth US. It's available Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand. bunch of countries in Europe. So if that strikes your fancy, you need to grab it as there's only 8 days left. You're going to want to message me and say, I want the September starter kit, please, and I'll tell you more. Another way that you can grab my liquid eyeshadows, but you get to choose which shade you want, is in my Eye Essentials bundle. That you can simply go to minutewithmary.com. You get your choice of mascara, a liquid eyeshadow, and an eyeliner, and that is at a 20% discount. And you do get to choose all of those. Hi, Rhonda. Thanks so much. Rachel says, how did you make that cool TikTok you posted yesterday with a hair flip? It was so perfect. Thank you. It was just flipping my hair back and forth. I wish that I could say it was something more than that, that it was like fancier, but really, that was what it was. I made this little quick video with a transition of having a bare face, and then I flipped my hair, and I had makeup on, and really, I just recorded myself, no makeup, doing this, and then I put makeup on and everything, and then I just recorded myself doing this again, and I split them both while my head was down, and it ended up working out. So thank you so much, Rachel. I appreciate that. This is another one of my favorite shades for autumn. It's a metallic kind of copper. It's called Ornate. When you blend it out, it loses some of that metallic essence to it, okay? So let's see, do we want to have the metallic on my lid, or do we want to blend it out for the crease? The first person to comment gets to choose. Do I have the metallic copper on my lid, or do I blend it out into the crease? Your choice, because I've already laid down that kind of beautiful mauve shade Decisive. So does this one go in the crease or the lower lid? You get to choose. So while that's happening, I want to let you know I'm wearing my new liquid foundation with the serum, that skincare kind of built in. Absolutely flawless. I'm doing a great class this weekend, kind of the end of this weekend to this weekend, to really let you know which foundation type is best for you. Melinda says lid. Awesome. So once again, I'm going to take this shade Ornate, and I'm just going to go right on over. You can use these liquid eyeshadows together or by themselves. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to put this on that lower lid, and because I'm keeping it on the lower lid, I am going to keep that metallic essence to it, okay? Where these two meet, however, I'm just going to take my finger and blend ever so gently. When you blend a metallic eyeshadow from my site, it will lose some of that shimmer. So for those of you who've got a bit more texture to your eyelid and you're like, oh gosh, that's too much shimmer for me, don't worry, you just blend that puppy out, okay? I do want to let you know, when you are using makeup, whether it's on your face or your eyelids, you never want to have a harsh line. You never want to see where something begins or something ends. Think of it like the sunsets. You know, all those colors kind of blend together. So I'm just taking my finger and gently getting rid of that. So now I've got that beautiful mauve that it blends into, and yet I've got that nice kind of coppery shade right there. So let's do this on the other lid. So you can layer things and get different effects, which I really, really love. Get to play around. Isn't this like an absolutely lovely autumn color though? Some of the trees are already starting to drop their leaves here. Can you believe that? Isn't that crazy? It just began. Autumn just began. And yeah, I was taking a walk yesterday on the last day of summer, and I realized some of the little maple trees, those little leaves are already dropping. Kind of peak season is going to be picking up in a little bit, but yeah, it's just beginning right now. So what I loved that I did with that mauve shade is I laid it down as a transition. I could have just worn it by itself, and I'm happy, Melinda, that you chose this, because you can really see how the purple looked by itself, and now how I'm creating like this multi-dimensional look. I will say, when you take things up a notch and you add like a second layer to your eyeshadows, you might be like, oh my gosh, what did I do? I did way too much. You just need to trust the process, okay? Trust the process, and kind of go and complete your look. Mascara makes a huge, huge difference. So I am going to do just a little bit of eyeliner. I actually have a parent-teacher conference happening in a hot second, so don't get to stay on too long. It's why I wanted to just come on and do a little bit of an eye look with you, let you know about all those great things. But honestly, my friends, if you are interested in that September starter kit, you have 8 days. 8 days. And I know some of you watching, you've already been able to get some of those goodies. So it's a really great thing, you know, whether you want to join my business and kind of make a little extra money over the holidays, if you want to join and just get yourself a wholesale discount, or if you want to join and try these products at a great discount and treat yourself. The world is your oyster. And then my foundation sale also ends in 8 days. So if you have not yet gotten your foundation and primer and that whole little kit and caboodle, I'm warning you, it's running out. It's running out, so we need to grab you that. All right, I'm going to do my lashes. I am going to use my lash primer, and I am going to use my 4D Epic Mascara to add the drama. So that is going to be the scoop. I am using an eyelash curler. You do not have to. I'm just doing it right now just to get a um, little added lift to some of my lashes. Rachel says, to go back to your question about colors for autumn, I love to use the berry colors for lippies. Yes, me too. It's like the paler that I get, I want to add that color kind of back into my face. I kind of turn like into a little vampire, you know? I get asked all the time, like, what is this white, people call it white mascara. What's that white mascara? It is actually lash primer. So it's going to enhance the look of my mascara, all the while acting like a deep conditioning treatment for my lashes. So I absolutely love my lash primer. And I am going to go and use my 4D. This is dramatic and full. I'm going to do my lower lashes first. But yeah, gonna go have, it's nothing bad. My child didn't do anything bad for my parent-teacher conference, so I don't want you to be like, oh my gosh, Mary, already? First off, my kids are actually very well behaved. They win like citizenship awards, which I'm very proud of. I'm like, you know what? I don't even care how well you do in your studies. If you are a kind citizen, that's like the most important thing. There's my Hufflepuff side of this Griffin Puff showing through for any Harry Potter fans. But I wanted to kind of get to know a little bit more. I think one of the really difficult things that I'm facing as a parent who, you know, loves to be involved and know what's going on in my child's schooling is that because of the situation that we're in nowadays, I don't get to know the teachers that well. I don't get to necessarily be a part of my kids' school days as easily. I don't get to talk to other parents whose maybe their kid was in the same class last year to understand the class dynamic. And, you know, you just kind of miss out on that. I remember my son's kindergarten year. You know, I'd hang out with a bunch of moms after school, and we'd sit at the playground and get to know each other and talk with other parents. Oh, I always make an oopsie when I do Facebook Lives, friends. Always do. Um, and you know, you just kind of get to know the lay of the land, and I don't get to have that. We also went to a new school, which also makes it a little bit harder for me to get to know things. So I just asked the teacher, I said, is there any way that, you know, I can check in with you when you've done the evaluations? You know, the teachers are really taking evaluations right now super seriously, just to see how kids are progressing. Like, they usually have a pretty good idea of where they should be in the beginning of the school year based upon what they learned last year, and, you know, of course factoring in a little bit of a summertime slump, but things are just different now. So I wanted to see how my little one was doing. So you see how the mascara makes such a big difference. So trust the process. If you're trying to, you know, expand and play around with a couple of different eyeshadows at once, I'm telling you, add the mascara before you give up, okay? And if you're anything like me and you want to play with makeup, this is the perfect time. Do it on a random Wednesday. You know, if you're trying to practice having like a little winged eyeliner and you have nowhere to go, practice. The cool thing with makeup is that it washes off. You know, it's taken me so many times to learn how to do a winged eyeliner that works for my eye, to figure out what kind of colors, which even like blush placement I like. I tried a little something different today because I was like, oh, I want to add a little bit more color more on those apples. I've been doing a lot of like this lifted approach recently, but I wanted it a little bit more here. So makeup is something you can just try. You can try it, play with it, wear it, and if you don't like it, you can try something different the next day or even that same day. And that's something that I really appreciate and I love at Minute with Mary. I do stand by all of my naturally based high quality products. If you don't love it, I get you your money back. You try it out for 2 full weeks, and if you do not love it, if the color isn't right, if you know, you're just like, never mind, I thought I could wear false eyelashes, but I can't, and this is too much for me, don't worry, girl. I get you 100% of your money back. You work too hard for your money to spend it on things that you don't love. So, all right, my friends, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go throw on some earrings, brush my hair, head on over to the school, and I hope that you have a great day. I really appreciate your checking on out these autumnal eye. I hope you liked it, and I'm really happy that I got to show you the difference of what it is like having just that one eyeshadow. Even that was just gorgeous, but kind of amping it up with a little bit of that metallic. You can see how it's catching the light. It really makes a nice difference, so I wanted to make sure you could see all that. Thanks for tuning into this Minute with Mary, and I'll have more videos for you soon.